Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be building a LBracket, or like a small little shelf for one of my Funkos, standard size. So we're gonna start with making an L shape. The bottom part is gonna be 4 inches, and the top part, or the vertical line, is 1 inch. So far it says 3.7 and 1 inch, but that's a little off. I ended up fixing that, so I'm giving you the most updated length. So instead of 3.7 inches, it's 4 inches, and that little height is 0.1 inch, so that stays the same. It should be 0.1 inch instead of 0.25. And then at the top we're gonna do the same, 0.1 inch. And then we're gonna use the Bezier line, I believe, and here I'm playing around with it, so you can skip a little bit, or you can just wait and see what each of the lines do. What I'm trying to do here is create kind of like a curve line, just to make it aesthetically appealing. And I ended up using the Bezier line. I think that's how it's pronounced. So here I'm using the Bezier line. As you can see, it gives me a more a better line, and the extruded length is approximately 4.9 inches. And now it looks like a small little ramp, which is what I'm going for. The little ramp. Now I'm gonna create another sketch at the front of the ramp. That's where I'm gonna begin my sketch. So I select the front, and I create a small triangle, and that triangle is gonna be flush, or in line with this line. Do you see where the middle of the rectangle is? That's where the bottom of our rectangle is going to be. And I'm trying to make this as symmetrical as possible. So again, 0.1 inches from each side of the triangle to the edge of the ramp. And this bottom part is going to go away. And so the total height is going to be 0.9 inches. And the width of the rectangle should be 4.7, and we are gonna extrude it to approximately 3.9 inches. And don't worry about this, it's 3.9 inches from the front of the ramp to the back. So here I'm just playing around with this. And if you didn't follow along too much, that's okay. At the end of the video, I fixed this issue, and you'll see it there as well. But so far it should be pretty straightforward. So all of these measurements should be what they are. That's what I have for mine as well. And now I create fillets. You can play around with the fillets. 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters. It's really up to you. 8 millimeters I decided to go with at this bottom part, and 3 millimeters here on the top, I believe. Again, it's up to you. You decide how you want to build this. Some fillets here around the corners, just to make it more pleasing to see. And here I decided to add a fillet, but I ended up removing it just because it doesn't provide a good surface for the Funko to rest on. So I ended up removing this. So I would suggest, if you feel like it, again, if you're gonna do something like this, then it's all up to you. You decide how you do this. This is just me showing how I did mine. One thing to remember is the size of your 3D printer, which is one of the reasons I decided to make this not too big. And now the circles. So the size of the circles, I ended up using 5 millimeters for the diameter, and I'm only gonna use the top circle. The bottom one, you can just ignore it. So the circle is 0.6 inches from the center to the edge of the ramp, and then from the center of the circle to the top of the ramp is 0.2 inches. And you'll see it's not the actual top of the ramp, but it's in this second line that you see on the back of the ramp. So this measurement here should be 0.2 inches. Now I'm using a construction line just to make this circle reflect onto the other side. To mirror it. So this is again 0.6 inches and 0.2 inches. So these measurements are correct, but the diameter of the circle should be 5 millimeters. Construction line to mirror. And it looks good. And now I added chamfers for the screws or nails, whichever you're gonna use. This is mostly up to you, and you decide how big you want them or how small you want the holes for the screws, and also the chamfer for the screws or nails that you're using. Again, this is all up to whoever is following this and deciding that they want to do something similar to this. So here I'm just showing you what I did, my previous measurements, what I removed, what I added. So all of the measurements you should have, which are the ones I mentioned. So here you can see that I'm deleting that bottom circle, and the diameter of the circle becomes 5 millimeters, and the rest of the measurements should be the same. So 5 millimeters. Okay, that looks good. Then I'm deleting that other circle on the other side. And it looks like that because I sliced my ramp just so I could 3D print it. Here it's 4 inches, the ramp, 4 inches. Everything else is the same. That front sketch, which is removes material from the ramp. The reason it looks like that is because you have to extrude a little further in, but as I mentioned, we shouldn't have that problem if we follow the previous steps. and we made those corrections at the beginning of the video. There you go. The extruded proportion, it should be 3.8, 3.9 inches. There you go. And it's fixed. And so far you're only seeing a slice of the ramp, which is just I created a sketch and I removed part of the ramp, and now I suppress the sketch and it shows my entire ramp. And we just gotta remove those extra features and sketches of the circle. So now we go to the top of the ramp, and that plate you see there, or surface, we're gonna create three rectangles, and they're all gonna be symmetrical. So they are approximately 0.6 inches away from the back side of the ramp, and 0.6 from the front side, and you'll see what I mean. And the width, it's approximately 0.479 inches for each of the rectangles, and they are separated from center to center approximately 1.11 inches. And if you're wondering how far they are from the side of the walls of the ramp, they are approximately 0.276 inches on each side because they're symmetrical, so 0.276 inches. And then after creating this, making them symmetrical and even, we're gonna remove those by using the extruded cut feature or extruded removal feature. And this is how the final product looks like. Now we're gonna add fillets to each of the corners of the rectangle, and this is up to you. You can decide to remove or just leave it as it was. This is just to save material and make this a little lighter, to help with supporting and just holding whatever it's gonna hold. So far it looks really nice. Then the next step is to 3D print it. So here I have my 3D printed shelf, and it looks really nice. As you can see, it's pretty small, only to fit one of the Funkos. If you decide to put a Funko on it, it can hold other things as well. Pretty light too. So here is my Funko. It's with its box, and it fits pretty snug, but you can adjust it, make it a little wider so it fits better. There's also a little space in the back, as you can see. That's just for the screw or nail that goes there. I did that so it doesn't touch the box, and it doesn't create any scratches or anything like that. And here is the product. It's 2 screws there on the wall, and now it's the Funko without the case, the plastic case, and it fits pretty good. And again, there's that little space in the back, so the screw doesn't touch the box. And that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. subscribe if you like this video, and like this video as well. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.